Welcome to Digital Retro, I'm Raf, and today I wanted to talk about gatekeeping a little bit. Well, as most people consider gatekeeping as something bad, as, you're not sharing the love. It's seen as that you're hiding, the cool stuff. But for me, personally, gatekeeping can be, considered in a good way because Coca-Cola is not sharing their recipe. It's something that they worked on. It's their secret, something that makes them unique. And I think photography can work the same way. If you are working on something, if you are just experimenting with your photography, if you put some money, time, and a lot of work, I personally wouldn't like to do that most of the time. But I think it's important to also share something about your photography because that's what I love about photography is that everybody has something different to bring to the table, and you can share a lot of cool stuff and you can talk about your photography, and that's what I like to do as well. I'm not like a 100% gatekeeper. I like to share things about my photography, about my gear, about the process and everything. So today I wanted to share a little bit about my editing, about my color grading process, because I think if there are people out there like me who like to work with a minimalist gear, minimalist setups, and also they want to keep their editing software and editing process to a minimum, I think this one is for you. I've been working with Dehancer for several years now, and I've been with this app mostly from the beginning, and I think it's one of the best apps on the market right now. It's one of the most consequential ones because they are developing something, the idea that's been with them since the beginning, and I really like that there's this integrity with the Dehancer, and I think it's going to eventually bring them to the top. And since I'm mostly editing my pictures right now using just the iPad or my computer using the JPEG files, yes, I'm shooting JPEGs right now, I'm not shooting RAWs mostly. I just like to take the straight out of the camera JPEGs with a standard profile using my Sony or Canon cameras and then edit them directly on my iPad or my computer. And at this moment I'm using just the two apps for my editing, which one of is the Dehancer and the other is the Lightroom. What I don't like about Dehancer right now is they don't have the masking feature, and if they include the masking feature in the future and probably make some better batch processing, I hope that I will just stick to Dehancer only. This is my dream, to have just one app. So the Dehancer right now is a great app for people who like film-like editing, and the grain the Dehancer offers is, in my opinion, the best grain you can actually get from an app to simulate the analog grain. Also, the halation and the bloom effects are also the best ones you can get. So I've tried a lot of different apps, but the Dehancer halation and Dehancer bloom just blows me away. I don't have to use any filters because I don't like to shoot with the filters on, because I like to have the clean file and then I can edit it with my app. And there's some people that said that Dehancer's film simulations don't look anything like an analog film. If you want to, your picture to look like film, just shoot film. And if you're just shooting digital, you can make the film look that actually suits you and like something that you like personally. it's not going to be analog. It's a digital image because you took it on a digital camera and you can process it with a digital software. Yet the Dehancer is probably one of the best software right now that can achieve you the result that will resemble like this digital retro look with the awesome looking grain, halation and bloom. I really like how this app is proceeding because now they have the iOS app, they have the iPad app, they have the plugin for Lightroom and the C1 and the rest of the editing software, and now they also added the desktop app, and you can use the presets from each app and export them to the desktop app. So the ecosystem is starting to look very good, and I think in a few months this app is going to be really, really powerful. Dehancer, please add the masking mode because I just want to stick with the one app. So what is also great with the Dehancer, that this is not just a preset app. It's something that resembles a digital darkroom, because when you open the file, you put the simulation, and that's where the magic begins. This is the only app that gives me fun when playing with the sliders, because I have this ability to use the simulation and then play with all the modules that this app gives you, like all the color sliders, the developer process that gives you so much fun when you're editing your pictures. And I think this is one of the best app that gives you this really consistent image, because if I was using presets and the processing in Lightroom, for example, I was always having problem with the consistency. And the Dehancer, it gives you this really nice consistent image, and if you're using your profiles, your presets inside the app, and you can apply them to the images in the project, it will just give you this nice consistency. At this point, I'm really happy with the iPad app. I really like using it, and 90% of my images are processed in the Dehancer iPad app right now. And yeah, I'm not just making you buy this app because there's no secret code that I will give you just to go to the Dehancer.com and just buy the app. I'm not trying to sell you this app. But I'm just sharing with you what I'm using and what I'm really happy about. So if you want to use a great editing app, this is probably something that you should work with or you should look into, because, well, this is a very unique app, and I hope it will develop further and it will just give us more and more opportunities to play with the digital analog kind of feel. Alright, so that's what I wanted to tell you today, and you should go and just try the Dehancer. It has literally the best grain, halation and bloom effect for your pictures, so you have to try it out. Cheers, and keep on shooting.